Hi everyone, I'm Sahaya Seenu. Today we are going to see absorption of overheads. You are already well known. What is overheads? Overheads is an indirect manufacturing expenses. What is the meaning of absorption of overheads? According to ICMA, overheads absorption is the allotment of overheads to cost units by means of rates separately calculated for each cost center. I give an example to understand the meaning of indirect expenses. If a factory produces product A, the product A includes material cost of rupees 100 and labor cost of rupees 100, and it also includes indirect manufacturing expenses, that is factory rent. The rent of the factory is rupees 50,000. ஸோ எந்த ஒரு பையரும் இந்த ஹியூஜ் அமௌண்ட் ஃபார் ஒன் ப்ராடக்ட்டுக்கு ஏற்றுக்கிற மாட்டாங்க. ஸோ த ஓனர் ஆஃப் த பிஸ்னஸ் டிவைட் திஸ் அமௌண்ட் by their estimated units, that is 1000. So 50,000 divided by 1000 is equal to rupees 50. That is the indirect material expenses cost. Then the owner added the profit of rupees 50 rupees. So the total selling price of the product A is rupees 200. I give one example to you to understand the concept of overabsorption and underabsorption. The given informations are budgeted overheads rupees 6 lakhs and budgeted labor hours is equal to 60,000 hours, and actual overheads rupees 6 lakhs and actual labor hours is equal to 64,000 labor hours. First we will calculate overheads absorption rate is equal to budgeted overheads divided by budgeted labor hours, that is 6 lakh divided by 60,000 hours is equal to rupees 10 per labor hour. Then we calculate overhead absorbed. Overhead absorbed means overheads recovered or overhead actual overheads we received is equal to overhead absorption rate, that is rupees 10 per labor hour into 64,000 labor hours, that is actual labor hours is equal to 6,40,000. Then we should deduct rupees 6 lakh from this rupees 6,40,000. So we get rupees 40,000. So this is over absorption. இப்போ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நம்மளோட ஆக்சுவல் ஓவர்ஹெட்ஸ் வந்து 6 லேக், பட் ஆக்சுவலாக நம்ம என்ன ரிசீவ் பண்ணிக்கோம்னா 6,40,000. ஸோ இஸ் மோர் தென் த ஆக்சுவல் ஓவர்ஹெட்ஸ். ஸோ இது வந்து ஓவர் அப்சார்ப்ஷன். தென் செகண்ட், the budgeted overheads rupees 6 lakhs and budgeted output is equal to 30,000 units, and overheads absorption rate is equal to 6 lakhs divided by 30,000 units is equal to rupees 20 per unit, and actual overheads is equal to rupees 8 lakhs and actual output is equal to 35,000 units. So then we calculate overheads absorbed or recovered is equal to overhead absorption rate, that is rupees 20 per unit, into actual output that is 35,000. So we get rupees 7 lakhs. So the actual overheads amount we received or recovered is equal to is rupees 7 lakhs, but the actual overhead expenses is rupees 8 lakhs. So we get rupees 1 lakhs as under absorption. So this under absorption amount of rupees 1 lakh should be deducted from gross profit, and the overhead absorption amount of rupees 40,000 should be added with gross profit. There are different methods to calculate absorption of overheads. That are, first one is direct material cost method is equal to factory overcost divided by direct material cost into 100. Then second one is direct labor cost method is equal to factory overheads divided by direct wages into 100. Then third one is prime cost percentage method is equal to factory overheads divided by prime cost into 100. Uh, these three methods should be shown in percentage. And then the fourth one is direct labor hour method is equal to factory overheads divided by direct labor cost. Then the fifth one is missing hour rate method is equal to factory overheads divided by missing hour. These two methods should be expressed in rupees. We will see some problems regarding absorption of overheads. The first problem is calculate the overhead absorption rate based on direct wages for the month of April 2011. Direct wages for April 2011 is rupees 50,000 and factory overhead apportionment to the department is rupees 20,000. The formula for this problem is budgeted or actual factory overheads divided by estimated or actual direct wages into 100 is equivalent to 20,000 divided by 50,000 into 100. So finally we get 40%. The second problem is calculate direct labor hour rate from the following. Total number of workers 250. Working days in a year 300. Number of hours per day work 8 hours. Short and idle time is 5%. Factory overheads is rupees 45,600. Gift to workers rupees 2,000. First, we will calculate labor hour rate is equal to factory overheads divided by number of labor hours work. So, we calculate number of labor hours work, that is equal to number of workers into number of working days in a year into number of hours per day worked minus short and idle time. So number of workers is 250 and working days in a year is 300 days and number of hours per day worked is 8 hours. So இதெல்லாம் மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணிட்டு மைனஸ் ஷார்ட் அண்ட் ஐடில் டைம் 5%. ஸோ மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணோம்னா 250 into 300 into 8 is rupees 6 lakh minus 5% equal to 30,000. So 6 lakh minus 30,000 we get 5,70,000 labor hours. Then we calculate labor hour rate is equal to factory overheads divided by number of labor hours worked. So that is equivalent to 45,600 divided by 5,70,000. So we get 0.08 rupees. We will see the third problem. The third problem is the factory overheads of 4 departments of a company engaged in executing job orders for an accounting year are as Department A rupees 19,300 and Department B rupees 4,200. Then Department C rupees 4,000 and Department D rupees 2,000. Overheads has been applied as under Department A rupees 1.50 per missing hour for 14,000 hours and Department B rupees 1.30 per direct labor hour for 3,000 hours and Department C 80% of direct labor wages of rupees 6,000 and Department D rupees 2 per piece for 950 pieces. Find out the amount of overheads department wise under our over absorption overheads. So first, statement showing under absorption or over absorption for overheads. First, department A. The actual overheads incurred is rupees 19,300. The absorption of overheads is 14,000 missing hours into 1.50 per missing hour. So we get rupees 21,000. So the actual overheads is less than the absorption of overheads. So it is over absorption. So the overhead absorption amount is 1,700. Then department B, the actual overheads incurred is 4,200, and the absorption amount is 3,000 labor hours into 1.30 per direct labor. So we get rupees 3,900. So the actual overheads incurred is more than the absorption of overheads. So this is under absorption. The under absorption amount is 300. Then department C, the actual overheads incurred is rupees 4,000, and the absorption amount is 80 percentage of rupees 6,000, that is rupees 4,800. So the actual overheads is less than the absorption of overheads. So this is over absorption. The over absorption amount is rupees 800. Then department C, the actual overheads incurred rupees 2,000, and the absorption amount is 950 pieces into rupees 2 per pieces. So we get 1,900. So the actual overheads is more than the absorption of overheads. So it is under absorption. The under absorption amount is rupees 100. So I hope you understand this concept of absorption of overheads. So I hope this video is useful to you. Thank you.